Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Ningen Punisher himself, the Fusion ZAMASU, or Merge ZAMASU. I always call him Merge ZAMASU. I feel like, if I remember rightly, it was like a fan translation when he first came out on JP, because obviously we don't know the exact way they're going to translate things onto global, because sometimes, even if the direct Japanese translation is one thing, they change it on global, because we've seen that a lot with some of the categories. Wow, 2 point, that's very good. So yeah, I always call him Merge ZAMASU, but global calls him Fusion ZAMASU. But anyway, here he is, fully EZA'd. I mean, goodbye Yamcha. I did a showcase of him before his EZA, so we could do a direct comparison to see how good he is now once fully EZA'd. I mean, obviously it goes without saying that he's better. But by doing that previous showcase, we're going to be able to see a direct comparison of just how much better he is now than he was before. So I did go back and check the footage before I started recording, and the highest attack stat that we got with him, which was him linked up with the AGL ZAMASU once he transforms, because once the AGL ZAMASU transforms into Merge ZAMASU, they basically have the exact same link set. And then we had a 40% support unit on the rotation, and his best attack stat was 2.3 million. So as you saw in that first turn, we already got higher than that without his best linking partner. So we are definitely in for some nice big numbers when we actually get the support units on rotation with him. And then of course, one of the things that I don't think we saw it at all in the pre-EZA showcase, but one of the things to remember is that he does have big bad bosses, which the AGL ZAMASU gains once he transforms, which is 25% attack and defense when you have 80% HP or less. It's one of the best links in the game, because not only is it a huge boost, but it can activate mid-turn. So if we start the turn on full health, and then in the first slot before we get to attack we take a super attack, then it's like bam, big bad bosses is active, we suddenly get a huge buff, which means any follow-up attacks we are going to take less damage. And then yeah, we do more damage with our actual super attack as well. So that's going to be really good to see. I'm very much looking forward to what kind of attack stats we can get out of him. I reckon, okay, we'll hit, we've got Turles but not on the right rotation. He'll probably still take less damage. Actually, well, let's put Goku back in the front, because I want to get big bad bosses active. So we'll go ahead and do that. Odds on whether Turles is going to transform. I swear, every time I bring Turles and I want to use him as a support unit to help assist the unit that I'm showcasing, at some point I'm sure he will transform and of course lose that support buff, but we will have to see. Obviously the team does have a lot of healing as well, which does actually make it kind of difficult to consistently get big bad bosses to be active. But I am going to take him into like Super Battle Road. I'll probably do that for tomorrow's video. So we are going to get to see him in his element. I feel like that, like I said before, that attack and defense reducing part of his passive is going to be super good for Super Battle Road. So we'll go ahead and do this. I'll avoid picking up any same type orbs. So no support unit on the rotation. And we get 2.6. Well, actually, STR Rose gives an attack boost, does he not? Or actually, does he give... I forget whether he gives attack or just defense and then attack after he's super. So let me bring up his info here. Yeah, he gives defense and then, yeah, he buffs attack with his super. So because he has to go first, so he's not actually giving any attack buff to TEQ Merge ZAMASU on this rotation. So yeah, 2.6, that is 300,000 higher than his highest attack stat with a 40% support unit on the rotation before his EZA. So quite a significant increase. And then yeah, that 50% defense that he gives with his passive is going to be very, very good, because now that he is fully EZA'd, he gives extreme class Realm of Gods allies 50% defense. And now bear in mind, even now, like that part obviously applies to himself, but both before his EZA and now, he doesn't give himself any defense as like the natural part of his passive. So that 50% buff that he's giving to extreme Realm of Gods allies, he obviously gets that as well. That is the only defense that he's getting. So it's better than 0, which is what it was before. So 50%, and obviously bear in mind, because it is a percentage boost, because he's now EZA'd and he's 20 levels higher, his stats are much higher, so then that 50% boost is more to work with because his stats are now higher themselves. So it'll be interesting to see what damage he takes when we get to physical Super Trunks. That was the other reason I wanted to do the pre-EZA showcase, so we could compare. When we got to the physical Super Trunks, which is the stage after this Vegeta, he was taking 75k from normal attacks, which obviously is quite a lot. Unfortunately, no Big Bad Boss is active, but we do have the support. So this is going to be his best non-Big Bad Bosses active rotation in terms of attack. So let's see what we can get up to. Can we break 3 mil? I feel like we can. 3.64. Oh wait, was Big Bad Bosses active after we got attacked? I didn't actually see whether it came up or not. Whew. Okay, yeah, it was. Nice. So damn, that was a big boy attack stat right there from the Merge ZAMASU. Over 1 million from the previous. But like I say, that is a little bit skewed because of Big Bad Bosses, but damn. And that's why Big Bad Bosses is so good, because we did not have it active at the start of the turn. And then after we took those first couple of attacks, then we did. So very, very good indeed. I'm going to float off the LR because they obviously heal quite a lot. So I would rather not do that. Just give you all of these. We shouldn't take out Trunks because we're getting to the point now where the enemies do have pretty good defense and damage reduction here. So I just want to see what TEQ ZAMASU is going to take from Trunks. Ideally without Big Bad Bosses active, but I mean, so many units on our team heal that unless he super attacks, I guess the LR would take more damage than STR Rose. We probably won't have it active next turn, so then we'll be able to see the direct comparison to the pre-EZA showcase, because he didn't have Big Bad Bosses active then either. So super attacks Rose, 68k due to the type advantage. Now it's actually still probably enough to knock us into Big Bad Boss's range though. So we'll see how much. Actually, I don't know, because the AGL ZAMASU is going to heal us at the start of the turn. So alright, let's do this. And then, you know what, I left the volume on for this specific reason. So let's go ahead and actually transform AGL ZAMASU here. Bust out that swole purple arm. So I've mentioned this before, but like I always leave my game in Japanese just because I transfer my account between my phone and my PC to record like at least once a day, and it always default sets the language to Japanese. But I feel like the sound quality is not great on some of them in either language, but most of them sound better in Japanese. I do like Bardock's one, but I am really looking forward to Beerus because Beerus, I really like his English voice actor. And then of course, typical, we take out Trunks without actually getting to get hit. So well, I mean, it goes without saying that we would have taken less damage. So I'm not going to be able to avoid a Dokkan attack, am I? Maybe, probably not. So close. Alright, well, we get to deal a decent amount of damage to Goku here. We've been flying through this event though. We're at the Goku already, and it's been what, like 9 minutes according to the recording timer. So I mean, that's pretty good. We've been pumping out some pretty high attack stats across the board here. So how much damage are we going to do with our Dokkan attack from ZAMASU? 2.3 mil, not bad. And as you can see, this Goku has a lot of health and decent damage mitigation. You can dodge as well, which I always forget until I replay the stage, and then it usually takes me by surprise. But wow, you took 60k. Okay, well, there's the dodge. But at least Toles has type advantage. But Goku, you fool! Don't you realise what you've done? Now you've activated Big Bad Bosses. So, oh, except of course, yeah, We just got the Dokkan attack, didn't we? I guess 'tis I who is the fool. But, okay, so we'll do this, and then we'll do this. We didn't even get to see the transformed Merge ZAMASU attack last time, so hopefully we can see that here. I mean, yeah, no, we will. 59k from Goku. Ooh. I dread to think what that would have been before his EZA. I mean, yeah, you can see, even with the kind of attack stats that we're getting now, we're not far off of 3 mil. And this Goku's defense high enough that we are not dealing a huge amount. You see we did a bit more though, because obviously we are actually lowering his defense a little bit. He greatly lowers defense with his super, which is lowering the enemy's defense by 50%. So you can see a little bit of a difference in some of these tougher events where Infinite Dragon Ball History is a good example of it. The further you get through, it's kind of almost like a, I don't want to say like artificial difficulty, but like they make it so that the enemies have more defense and like take less damage overall. Like you see that TEQ ZAMASU's been getting consistently 2.7 to around 3 million attack stats for the entire event. But of course, right now, rather than doing like 3 million damage, it's only doing like 1 million damage to Goku. So hopefully he doesn't dodge any of these attacks, and then maybe we can finish him off this turn. Because I do want to see one final rotation with our Merge ZAMASU TEQ with a support unit and big bad bosses. So the World Tournament Goku Black will probably take a decent amount of damage this turn. We shouldn't die. Oh well, he's just going to take him out. That's ideal because I'd rather not risk it. Okay, sweet. So big bad bosses is active. And look at that! Turles, you didn't transform. Oh my god, a round of applause for AGL Turles. He did not transform and ruin the final rotation of this video. We might actually die. Actually, nah, we won't. What am I talking about? Like, Merge ZAMASU will take a little bit of damage in the front. Then the AGL one's got type advantage. And then Turles, obviously, whilst he's not the best defensively, he has type advantage. So we're going to be fine. And then I guess we'll give you those. So here we go. This is going to be his absolute best attack stat. Yeah, 3.6. I think we did actually see that already. But yeah, that is very, very good. Considering it was, like I say, 2.3 in the previous video without big bad bosses. And we took 50k. So Gohan obviously hits a lot harder than the physical Super Trunks. And we're taking less damage from him than we took from the physical Super Trunks in the pre-EZA video. So obviously his defense has improved quite significantly. So yeah, he's very, very good, and I quite like this build, like the Extreme Realm of Gods team. Obviously Turles doesn't count. I made the joke in the pre-EZA video that it's just Goku Black in disguise, but it's basically an Extreme Realm of Gods team. So I'll bring up the build again. I did show it in the pre-EZA one, but just for those of you who are curious, 9 additional, 14 crit, 3 dodge. This is the typical build that I give to TEQ or STR units that are mainly there to deal damage. If they're there to do like stunning or attack lowering or something like that, I'll give them more additional. And then if they're a support unit, obviously I give them more dodge. But I have seen people on TEQ or STR units going for 20 crit, 6 additional. Obviously I like my level 3 dodge, and I feel like 6 additional is too low. So for me, this is like the ideal build. Obviously let me know what you guys think, how you built him. But there you go. That is the fully EZA'd Rainbow Fusion ZAMASU, the Ningen Punisher himself. And yeah, he's very, very good. So another fine addition to the Extreme and Realm of Gods teams. So let me know what you think of him down below. Have you done the EZA already? Do you have him Rainbow? What was your build? Let's discuss more. We are going to, like I say, show him tomorrow on Realm of Gods Super Battle Road. And I think he's going to perform very, very well there. Events like, for example, the Legendary Goku event, he's definitely not built for that. Like we saw there, if he's taking 50k from that Gohan, when we get to like Int UI, he will absolutely tear this guy to shreds. So he's not going to be good for the Legendary Goku event, but that's not really what he's designed for. He should be very good in Super Battle Road, so make sure you stay tuned for that video, which should hopefully be up tomorrow. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.